People need to understand that feminism doesn't mean you dress a certain way or that you are a political rights activist. It's simply a personal belief that you are equivalent to anyone else. The belief that women are equal to men.
To having equal rights.
The movement that believes in egalitarianism.
Not just the advancement of the rights of women so that they're equal with men, but so that they're better than men. So
it's the search for an absolute equality between women and men, which I don't think exists.
I think a feminist can be any person, any size, shape, culture, background. It's just someone who thinks that women are equal to men and tries to act in a way that supports those beliefs.
And so I think that if you have a movement that is as broad as that, you can't be a part of it and say, no, sorry, you're a man, you can't be considered a feminist. I think that defeats the whole message of the movement.
Yes, I am a feminist.
I would definitely consider I'm a feminist. I hate the term feminist ally, and I would never call myself that. I am definitely a feminist.
No, I don't refer to myself as a feminist, but I guess I have feminist ideals. So I don't know if that would make me a feminist, but...
I would not label myself as a feminist. I would say somebody who is pro women's rights.
Do you identify as a feminist?
I do not.
Why not?
Because I believe that women and men are inherently different. Just biologically, naturally, it's just how it is. And you can never have two things equal that are naturally different.
I think women have achieved mostly what they need to in terms of equal rights. It's frustrating that there's not more of a movement for, equal wages.
As a movement today, I would ask if it's even still necessary. I feel like men and women legally and politically are very equal.
There are still cases where you'll see popping up where it's like, oh, women aren't getting paid the same as men.
I think until it becomes less of a stigma for how families are structured, like that it's okay for the woman to be having a career and that it's not as odd for the man to be at home being the stay-home dad or for both of them to be working.
From the very beginning of the modern human until now, and women's and men's roles seem to be the same and seem to naturally, the women are more focused on housework and the men are naturally more focused on going out of the house.
I think until that becomes really even and that doesn't become like a big remarkable thing when the dad is the one that stays home, I think then it's still important to say that you're for equality and not having not pushing different roles. I know I definitely think of, when I think of someone as being a feminism, I think of like rallies and protests, but I don't know, hippie.
Very brash.
These, kind of militant feminazis, as Rush Limbaugh would say.
That they hate men or lesbians. I don't know why feminism and lesbianism or homosexuality goes together.
I feel like they don't like to accept help and they don't like to accept pity or respect. From the time that you're born, the men are expected to treat women with respect and to be chivalrous and to be respectful and to have good manners towards women. And I really like that, and I don't think that feminism really supports etiquette and common courtesy.
Over the weekend, we went to Memphis. We were walking around and it was nighttime. I was like, I don't want to be at the back of this group. And one of my guy friends was like, well, neither do I. And I was like, well, it's a lot scarier to be a woman in a city than it is to be a man.
Inherently showing respect shows that you don't entirely see them as equal. And I feel like women are respected more than men are. in my opinion. Like, women are held to higher standards. Women are kind of put on a pedestal, and we're not seen as equal because we're seen as being better, almost. I don't feel like women are discriminated against. I feel like they're discriminated for.
We have a really hard lab. Junior aero lab is notoriously difficult, and it makes everyone drop the major. And I worked really hard on this lab report, and they graded it wrong. I got 17 points off for something I shouldn't have gotten points off for. And I told someone, because he asked what I got on the lab, and I told him that I got a B when everyone else did horrible. He said, "Oh, wow, it must be really nice being a girl in engineering. Makes it easy." Did you just like tear up in his office?
I'm kind of the black sheep when I visit them because I don't necessarily want to fill those roles. I don't want to be married for many years. I don't know if I want to have children yet. I don't always enjoy spending time with other girls. I don't always want to get dressed up, and I think that causes a lot of women that I'm around to look at me in a way that's kind of, like, you're not being a woman, or, why are you trying to act like a guy? And it's not acting like a guy, it's just being me. And I get looked down on or judged a little harshly for that sometimes.